Hi, my name is Nicholas. Welcome to this week's Hatha practice. For props for today, a couple hard blocks and a soft block will be handy, and then anything else you like to practice with. We'll get started in a seat today, so if you want, you can come sit up off of something just to elevate the hips a little bit, make it feel a little less effortful to keep the body upright. If for any reason being in a seat isn't working for you, then maybe you want to lie down on the back or come to child's pose. And see if any part of the body feels a little fidgety here. Maybe you want to find some movement before you come to stillness. And once you do find a shape that feels steady and comfortable, you may close down the eyes or steady the gaze. Start to check in here. Take that scan from the feet to the head, noticing anything that comes up along the way. And gently inviting the breath to deepen here. With each inhale, finding that sense of space in the body. With each exhale, that sense of grounding, of letting go. Check in with your headspace as well, see what it feels like today. If it feels a little busy, maybe the mind is wandering, see if you can invite your attention back to your breath. You can stay exactly as you are for as long as it serves you. Check in to see if the body needs a little shakeout. We'll stay in seated a little while longer, but it might be nice to change the cross of the legs. Once you're feeling ready, we'll take the left hand over towards the right knee or the right leg somewhere, the right hand behind you, and take an inhale breath, lengthen the spine. And with your exhale, start to twist your chest open towards the right, any amount. If you like to take the gaze over the back shoulder, go for it. If the shoulders are starting to shrug, see if you can lower them down, find a little length for the neck. And breathe here for a few deep breaths. And gently unravel the body back to center. And we'll set straight up for the second side. Right hand to the left leg, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist towards the left. Maybe the gaze follows. Notice this side may feel a little different, so if you need to modify, then go for it. Breathe here. As you're ready, unravel back to center. Take a counter twist just for a breath. And then come back to midline, release the legs and give them a little shake out, maybe a tap for the knees. And when you're ready, you can swing the legs around and come and find a tabletop position. Hands roughly underneath the shoulders, knees roughly underneath the hips. You can also work from fists if that's better for the wrists. And with your inhale breath, let the belly sag down, lift the heart space, lift the tailbone. And then with your exhale, bring the chin toward the chest and dome the upper back as you press the hands to the floor. Inhale, release the front body, find that length. And exhale, curl in to lengthen the back body. And keep going with your breath at your pace. You can also pause anywhere along the way. We'll be here for a few more breaths. If you do want to add anything extra on, then go for it. Last couple of rounds. And next time you inhale, return to your tabletop position. And take the knees a little wider, sink the hips towards the heels, and then fold forward for your child's pose. And forehead can be on the floor or maybe on a prop. Arms can stay extended. If you want any other expression, then go for it. And listen to your body. And from the stillness, notice your breath once again. With each inhale, that sense of space and lightness. With each exhale, feel that sense of heaviness. Whatever's touching the floor grounds down into it. Only as you feel ready to, extend the arms towards the front of the mat And then press the hands down, come back up to your tabletop position. Awesome. From here, we're going to find a 4-part movement. We're going to keep the hands to the floor, and we'll work with one leg at a time. So if you need to adjust the hands or do anything else to make the wrists feel more comfortable, then go for it. And then with an inhale breath, we'll work with the right leg first. So with your inhale breath, lift the right knee directly out towards the right. And with your exhale breath, bring it back to center. Same leg, inhale, extend the leg back now. And then exhale breath, bring the knee in towards the nose. Knee open towards the right as you inhale. And back down. Knee extends, leg extends. And knee to nose. Inhale, open the leg to the side. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, knee to nose. And 4 more rounds. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, back. And knee to nose, exhale. 3 more. Last full round. Awesome. Keep the knee hugging in towards the nose, and then we'll step that right foot forward between the hands. You might find your blocks here, maybe one for each hand, or you can work from fingertips. If you need to adjust your stance at all, or if you want to pad the back knee, then go for it. Inhale breath, open the front body. Lift the gaze, and exhale breath, send the hips back, extend the right leg any amount. Inhale, come forward, low lunge, and exhale for your half split. Your breath, your pace, and again, you can pause anywhere along the way. Last couple. Last one. Awesome. Inhale, breath, come back to your lunge. We'll tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then spin the right heel to the floor, so right toes are pointing right. You can take the right hand to the inside of the right leg, and it might be helpful to bring it onto a higher setting. And from here, start to extend that front leg towards straight as you start to open the chest open towards the side to find triangle pose. Listen to your body if you need to adjust or lengthen, shorten the base, maybe right foot to the right or to the left a little. Notice the sole of each foot and see if you can ground down. As you press the feet to the floor, maybe you can find a rebound action, maybe a little more strength for the spine, a little more space across the chest. Left arm can reach towards the ceiling. More challenge still, you can make the right hand a little bit lighter on its support. Take one last inhale here. As you exhale, we'll start to reach the left hand down towards the floor. You can rebend the right knee, and we'll come back into a lunge, lowering the back knee down to the floor. From your lunge, you might use a block for the left hand now. You might take it a little further to the left, and we'll find some twists. So as you inhale, start to twist towards the right. You can lift the right fingertips towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you can turn back in, maybe wrap the right arm around the right leg. Inhale, open up, lengthen. And exhale, come back. And 5 more with your breath. Awesome. Inhale, open up, reach up. With your exhale, bring the hand to the floor. Step the right leg back. Check in here, see if you need a little movement for the hip, maybe a few circles or something. And then we'll come back to child's pose. So knees wide, feet together. Melt the chest down towards the floor. Add in any props that you need. And check in, maybe stillness isn't working for you. Maybe you'd rather be in a cat-cow. Or maybe a seated meditation or kneeling shape would work better. Be wherever you need to be for the next few breaths. Stay in stillness for as long as it serves you. And only when you feel ready, you can bring the hands down to the floor. And pull the body back up to a tabletop position. Setting the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And again, take a moment to find something that feels comfortable for the wrists and the shoulders. Grounding the hands down to the floor and that right knee. And this time with an inhale, lift the left knee open towards the left. With your exhale, bring the leg back down. Extend back, inhale. And knee to nose, exhale. To the left with your inhale. And lower. Extend. And curl in. 5 more. Last couple full rounds. When you exhale the knee in towards the nose, pause, and then step the left foot forward between the hands. And take a moment to set yourself up for your low lunge, maybe blocks to the hands, maybe padding for the back knee. Inhale, breath, open the heart space, lift the gaze. Exhale, hips back, left leg extends any amount. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And keep going with your breath. Last couple. Your next inhale, coming back to your lunge. We'll lift the back knee, drop the back heel, right foot points to the right, left hand to the inside of the left leg, any height setting. And start to press the left leg to extend. As you start to press the left hand to the floor, start to lengthen the spine, start to peel the chest open towards the right. Listen to the side, see what you need to adjust with the body to make it feel just a little bit more stable. And it's okay if it looks a little different to the first side. Notice the soles of the feet, really anchor them into space. Grounding down to rebound. Find that sense of space in the rest of the body. Breathe here. And take one last inhale. With your exhale, bring the right hand towards the floor. Start to rebend the left knee. Lower the back knee to the floor and find your lunge. You can take the right hand a little bit to the right, adjust anything else you need to, and then with an inhale, open the left arm towards the left. With your exhale, bring it back down, wrap it around the left leg. Inhale to open, and exhale, curl in, and keep going. And 3 more rounds. Inhale, breath, reach the left arm high. With your exhale, bring it to the floor, step the left leg back, and then check in with your body. Do you need a little movement here? Or when you're ready, find your stillness in child's pose. Whatever shape or movement you're resting in, take that scan through the body just to notice. Only when you feel ready to move again, you can pull the body back up to a tabletop position. From your tabletop, you can step one foot and then the other to the back of the mat for a plank pose. You can also lower the knees for a little more gentle version, except now the knees will be behind the hips. And press the hands into the floor. You might even gently dome the upper back, find that strength in the chest, that length for the neck. The feet are pressing to the floor, the heels are lifting actively, the backs of the legs are strong. The back of the neck stays long, the face stays a little bit soft. Make sure you're breathing here. Last couple breaths, keep pressing the hands and feet to the floor. Keep them grounded, keep the body in that rebound. All right, take one last inhale and lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes. Inhale, breath, lift up for a little cobra. And exhale, soften down. 4 more rounds. Inhale, lift any amount. And exhale, soften. Keep the legs strong. Last one. Inhale, press up through tabletop, and then tuck the toes, lift the knees, and we'll find downward facing dog. Maybe pedal the heels out a little bit. Find that stretch for the calves, for the backs of the legs. Maybe wagging the tail or alternating, bending one knee and then the other. And check in with the shoulders. Keep the hands actively pressing the floor away. Find that heaviness through the head. You can nod it yes and no to release the neck. And eventually, when you're ready, come and find your stillness in the shape. And with each inhale, that sense of lightness, wherever you can find it. And with each exhale, that grounding and heaviness through whatever's touching the floor. When you're ready, take a deep inhale. Deep sigh. Twice more. Last one. Inhale, bend the knees deeply, and now walk the hands back towards the feet so that you're in a forward fold at the back of the mat. Give yourself as much of a bend to the knees as you need to make this feel sustainable in the body. Let the spine, let the head be heavy. If you need a little movement, again, you can find that here. Any expression you like with the arms. From your forward fold, bring the hands to the legs. Inhale, breath, find a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And with your exhale, fold back in. And twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And now round the spine, walk the hands up the legs, and slowly come all the way up to stand. You can pause along the way. If you come up and you're a little lightheaded, you could raise the arms towards the ceiling. Whenever you're ready, come and find your mountain pose. And find the distance between the feet that feels steady. Lift and spread the toes, lower them with a little distance. As you press the feet down to the floor, find that length in the spine, space for the chest, a little softness for the shoulders. Arms can rest wherever they feel the most comfortable. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. Maybe a little softness for the jaw and forehead. In a few moments, we'll set up for a standing sequence where we'll do a few standing poses in a row. Listen to your body. If you feel like balance isn't your forte, or maybe it's a little tricky for you today, feel free to work in a standing position close to a wall the whole time. You don't have to walk with me. And just listen to your body, and you can always just like modify, or if you need to skip something, go for it. So from the back end of your mat, we'll start off by bringing the weight onto the left foot, and then bend the right knee, reach back to catch the right foot. We'll bring the right knee so that it's next to the left one, and then start to hug that right heel towards the bum, and you'll find a stretch for the quad muscle, maybe for the hip flexor. See if you can keep the pelvis even side to side. So if that right hip is lifting, see if you can keep it at the same level as the left one. Maybe a micro bend through the left knee. If it feels like it's locking, it might start to feel a little wobbly. Keep your deep breath going. Awesome. Gently release the right foot, lift the right knee to center, and then take a big step. Come to bring the right foot about halfway up the mat. And then transfer your weight over to that right foot, lift the left knee to center, and then we'll open the left knee towards the left and set up for tree pose. So left foot to the inside of the right leg, wherever it feels the most comfortable, and the left foot can stay on the floor as well. Again, check in with the pelvis, see if you can keep side to side a sense of balance. Right hand or right foot stays pressing to the floor. Find the rebound through the chest and spine. Maybe hands are in prayer. All right, the next time you inhale, lift the right knee into center, and we'll pause here. Check in with the hips. We're going to set up for a twist, so you can take the right hand to the left knee and press the knee into the hand just enough to create a sense of stability. You might flex the left foot or point the toes, see what helps. And then take a deep inhale. As you exhale, start to turn the chest towards the left. The gaze can stay forward the whole time, or you can have the gaze follow you as well. A couple options from here. Left hand can stay at the heart, or you can reach it towards the back. A little more challenge for the core, you might reach the right hand towards the front. Wherever you are, keep breathing. Embrace the wobbles. If you fall out, you can come back. All right, unravel back to center with an inhale. And with your exhale, step the left foot near the top of the mat. Spread the toes, find your balance, and then come to balance on the left foot. Lift the right knee to center. We'll take the right ankle just above the left knee, figure four shape, and then start to bend into the left knee, sinking the hips back any amount. If this doesn't work, you can cross ankle to ankle. You could also find a symmetrical chair pose. Keep that length going from the tailbone to the crown, that grounding through the left foot, and keep breathing here. All right, inhale, breath, come all the way up, bring the right knee with you, and then release the right foot down. Give the legs a little shake out. Give the arms a little shake out, the head, the face, the jaw. If you need to make a little noise, go for it. And then come and find your mountain pose. And set yourself up. Find your stillness. When you're ready, you can wiggle the fingers and toes, and then flutter open the eyes, maybe rock the head side to side. Awesome. And from wherever you are, just turn around. We'll set that up for the second side. So starting by balancing on the right foot, we'll bend the left knee and catch hold of the left ankle or foot. Left knee in line with the right, left hip in line with the right. You can start to hug the left heel towards the bum, finding that stretch through the front of the left leg. Breathe here. Steady gaze, steady breath. Awesome. Gently release the left foot. Bring the left knee to center with an inhale, and then step the left foot about halfway up the mat. Balance, and then bring the right knee up towards the chest. We're going to set up for tree pose here, so open the right knee towards the right and connect the right foot to the inside of the left leg. And check in with that relationship, the left leg and the right foot pressing towards each other, creating that stability, lengthening the spine. Left foot stays actively pressing into the floor. Maybe hands to prayer. Awesome. And gently bring the right knee back up to center. And check in with the hips. If there's anything else you need to adjust, then go for it. Left hand to the right knee. Create some stability there. Deep inhale. And with your exhale, start to turn the chest open towards the right. And check in here, see if anything needs adjusting. Maybe the right arm reaches towards the back. Maybe the left arm reaches towards the front. Awesome. Inhale, breath, unravel to center. And step the right foot near the top of the mat. And shift your weight, and you can bring the left knee to center. And crossing the left ankle just above the right knee. Figure 4 shape, maybe flexing the foot to stabilize. And then start to bend into the right knee, sinking the hips back as evenly as you can. Find a depth that feels appropriate. Stay with your breath. Awesome. Pressing the right foot down, inhale, come up, bring the left knee, and then release the left leg. Shake out the legs, the arms, anything that needs a release, go for it. And then just spin yourself around and find your mountain pose. Maybe closing down the eyes and checking in with the body. From your mountain pose, as you feel ready, flutter open the eyes, wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then step the feet a little wider apart, maybe pointing the toes out to an angle. If you want to have any of your props nearby, go for it. And we'll start to bend the knees and sink the hips to come and find a squat pose. If you want support for under the heels, that's great. You can also keep the hands on the floor. If you're bringing the hands to prayer as the knees are pressed apart by the elbows, gently press the knees back into the elbows to create that stability. Find the length in the spine. You can keep the chin tucked. Maybe close down the eyes. Gently release one hand behind you and then the other, lowering the bum down to the floor. And you might take a gentle windshield wiper with the knees side to side. Awesome. Maybe tap out the legs, shake out the arms. You could have your props nearby just in case they're handy where we're going. If you like to elevate the hips a little bit, then go for it. We're going to set up for a fold. And keeping the left leg extended forward, we'll bend the right knee to bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg, almost like the tree pose that we did from standing. And if you want to support the right knee, then go for it. You could stay upright the whole time, focus on that grounding through the pelvis, that length in the spine. Or if you like to bring it to a fold, walking the hands alongside the left leg, you can start to hinge your way into a fold any amount. If you start to feel pain or pinching, then back out. Otherwise, you can stay in your shape and be with your breath. And keeping some of that sense of length still in the spine and across the chest. If you want to let the head hang heavy, gently rounding the upper back, then go for it. And listen to your body, whatever you're choosing. And slowly start to walk the hands back in as you lift the spine back upright. We'll keep the left leg extended, but bring the right foot flat to the floor. You can keep it where it is or take it across to the other side of the left leg. Right hand behind you. Inhale, reach the left arm high. And exhale, twist right. Take the elbow around the right knee any way you like. If you need a prop for the right hand, then go for it. See if you can keep that shoulder down if it's shrugging. And tall spine, maybe gaze turned towards the back of the room. Inhale breath, gently unravel yourself back to center and take a counter twist. And then coming back to midline and catch hold of the right foot. You can catch the outside of the right foot. And then almost like a half happy baby, you can keep the left hand just to help you stay steady. And then start to lift the right foot, pointing the right foot towards out in front of you. And gently encouraging that right knee back a little bit. It might feel nice to just give your body a little movement here. Maybe some circles, side to side, up and down, whatever feels good for that hip. And then maybe stillness. Notice the right shoulder, keep it set and steady. Awesome. And gently re-extend that right leg down the mat. Give the legs a little shake out. Maybe check in, see where the legs feel a little different. And when you're ready, we'll set that up for the second side. So right leg is extended now, left foot to the inside of the right. Maybe a block for the left knee. And take a moment, ground down through the hips, find that length in the spine. You can stay here like a modified staff pose. Or as you're ready, start to hinge from the hips. Belly button starts to make its way towards that right leg. And keeping length in the spine, keeping space across the chest. Even here, notice if the shoulders are shrugging or rounding up. See what you can do to encourage them back and down. If you want to let the head go, go for it. And breathe. And gently, with the support of the hands, start to lift yourself back up and connect the left sole of the foot to the floor. Left hand behind you. Inhale, reach the right arm high, lengthen, and then twist towards the left, right arm around the left knee, however you like. Maybe the gaze follows to the left. Notice that left shoulder, keep it down and back. Breathe here. Inhale breath to unravel back to center and take your counter twist over towards the right. As you unravel back to center, you can catch hold of the pinky toe edge of the left foot or wherever it feels the most comfortable. And think about grounding through the hips, maybe right hand out for stability. And start to lift the left leg, point the left foot forward, and then find some movement. Maybe it's some circles where the foot is, the knee, the hip, some rocking or swaying side to side. Maybe encouraging that left knee just a little further back in space. And when you're ready, you can find your stillness here. Awesome. Gently start to release that left leg down to the floor. Give the backs of the knees a little bit of a tap, maybe a swish of the feet side to side. If the shoulders or arms need a little shake out, then go for it. And then keeping the props nearby, you can scoot yourself off of your soft block, and we'll lower all the way down onto the back. Making your way there, taking your time to arrive. We're going to set up for a restorative bridge shape. So if you want to use your hard blocks for this or your soft block, set the feet up roughly underneath the knees. And then we'll press the feet down and lift the hips just enough to slide one or two of the hard blocks underneath the pelvis. And find a place that feels comfortable here. So if the blocks are digging into the back, or if it feels like they're about to slide out from under you, just take your time to find what feels comfortable. And you're welcome to keep the bend to the knees the whole time, or you can think about extending the legs long down the mat. Listen to your body, and if you do feel pinching or something, maybe you want to use just one block instead of two, or you can keep the knees bent. And if you'd like to extend the arms up overhead, that might feel nice as well, resting on the floor. Otherwise, arms by the sides or hands somewhere on the body. Notice if there's any part of the body that's kind of still holding on in the shape, and if it doesn't need to be, then you can let it go. Slowly start to rebend the knees, walking the feet back in. Releasing the arms down if they're lifted, and lifting the hips just enough that you can slide your heart blocks out of the way. And then sequencing the spine down to the floor, take the feet wide, rest the knees together. Maybe hands on the body and take a pause. When you feel ready, you can gently start to windshield wiper the knees side to side. And the next time both knees come down towards the right, we'll pause here. If you need to support either knee with a prop, then go for it. If you'd like a little more stretch in this shape, then you could think about lifting the right ankle and stacking it on top of the left knee. But if this causes pain or a sensation that you don't want to be with, then you can come back to the other version. If you'd rather be in just a two-knee twist, then you can also choose that here. Right foot lowers to the floor, lifting the knees up to center, and then windshield wiper the knees side to side a couple more times. And the next time the knees come down to the left, we'll pause. And again, you can stay. Maybe this side needs something different. Maybe you want to take the left ankle just above the right knee, using any of your props to make the shape feel more supported. And gently releasing the left foot to the floor. Once again, windshield wipering the knees a couple of times side to side. From here, we'll set up for Shavasana when you're ready. If there's a shape you need before you get there, then that's fine. Take your time. Otherwise, you can start to set yourself up. I'm going to suggest butterfly pose, so soles of the feet together, knees wide, and you can support the knees or the thighs with your heart blocks. The hands can be anywhere on the body or beside it. And see if you need to adjust anything in your space or temperature, music, lighting, clothing. See if there's anything that you can adjust to make the shape feel just a little more comfortable. Starting to let the breath go, letting it release back to its natural inhale and exhale. Let the body release here. Feel the support of the floor. Find your rest. one hand to the heart and the other hand on top. And take a deep, deep breath. And sigh it out. Twice more. Last one. When you feel ready, you can reach down and guide the knees back together. And then roll down to one side. Take a pause for a couple of breaths. Supported by the hands, making your way up to any comfortable seated position. You can use any of the props that you have to make it more comfortable. Take a moment to settle the hips, to lengthen the spine, soften the shoulders. Take that scan from the feet to the head and just check in. Notice the gentle flow of your breath. And perhaps connecting the hands at the heart and bowing the chin towards the chest. Thank you for sharing your breath and your energy. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for Hatha Practice, and my name is Nicholas. If you have any questions, please reach out and enjoy the rest of your week.